Good morning, guys, or I should say good evening. This is my Sunday for my book sale and all things books. So I am so happy about that, and I've been enjoying these books and so forth. And I will be thrifting this week to get some new books in for my Pango bookstore. And as I was saying before, I was an advocate reader, read a lot and so forth, and then I kind of like stopped. But since I've been into the books and so forth, and then just enjoying these titles, I did kind of like get back into reading and so far. And since I've been doing that, I thoroughly enjoy it. Right now, I'm reading Janet Abonovich, and so far, One for the Money. I've read a couple of her books before, and she's really good. I enjoy reading these little books here with the little snappy conversations and things like that. And, you know, it's like a nice little adventure, I should say, reading this particular book. As I always said too, I am a mystery lover, so I do love to read mystery books personally for myself, and everything. I do love mystery like Sue Grafton, and some of the other the mystery book crime stories like John Grisham books. I love him. And so let's see, Scott Toro, also crime and things like that. So I just love those particular types of books, and like I said, for myself personally and so forth, that's what I read and so forth. I don't usually read too many romance novels or horrors and other genres and things like that and so forth. I'm just like a true mystery buff person type. So anyway, I've been enjoying this little book here, and it's definitely pretty good. And I'm actually starting my little adventure and so forth into this book. We're getting ready to get busy now because we are on the hunt for this man and so forth who has skipped bail and so forth. So we got to do the skip tracing, and we got to find him and bring him in for $10,000. That's right, $10,000. So if I can bring him in, or if she can bring him in. Okay, today I have a few books in so far, because I want to, help celebrate, Christmas with you guys, and bring in some books that for the men. These are good Christmas gifts and so forth for the men and so forth. Um, so yeah, so these are books and so forth, and I'll tell you a few other the books I have. We do have the Ultimate Motorcycle for the men who loves motorcycles, who are riding motorcycles now, who wants to know the history of the motorcycle or the designs and stuff on motorcycles in the past and so forth. We have a book on that and so far. We do have a couple books on baseball for the men who love baseball, who loves this baseball season. We have a couple books on that for the men. We also have a book on grilling, how to grill, which a lot of men do. And we do have the Bobby Frey grill book as well for the men. And let's see what else we have. We also have a couple World War books, World War Two, and then civil action or something like that. It has to do with the war. We have a couple of those for those historic um, men who like those historic military you know, books and situations and things like that, who likes to read history of the World War II or civil action, World War civil action or something like that. I can't remember the title. But anyway, that book there, we do have that one as well for the men who loves that historic information, military information, and so forth, background information on the war and things like that. Especially since these wars have, we're not in the middle of a war, but since the Ukraine war and the Russian, then we got the Israeli with the Hamas and things like that. So people are, like clicking into war and so forth and things like that. And we have these books so that people can see and learn from what the actual World War II was all about and so forth. And plus, they do have a lot of documentaries on television, which my husband and I just watched a few days ago. They have the full documentary of World War II and so forth on television and things like that. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, it kind of like gives you, I say, some perspective as to the war that's happening now and the the horrendous photos that we are seeing now and so forth, and the heartbreak that we are seeing now and things like that. So war is just no good, and all that, and I always say that it's just no good. But unfortunately, it just it happens, okay, and we've seen it happens, okay. So also we have some of the flying legends, some of the planes that they were actually used in the Civil War and so forth. This is a photographed picture of the planes that were used in the Civil War and so forth. So again, if your husband or spouse is interested in something like that, these are really good books and so far. For to give him for Christmas and so forth. It's all about the men today and so forth in the books and things like that. And this one here is the fine art of the custom motorcycles. So like I said, for men who love, get it out, men who ride motorcycle, who love motorcycle, who are interested in the past, design and things of motorcycle. That is a great book. That's actually a new book and so forth, still in its cover and all that. And so we're going to get into all these books that we have. I'm just telling you some of the books, about some of the books that we do have, that we don't have out here. So I only pulled out a few books to show. We do have books on horses and so forth. If you're interested in horses, how to raise horses, to learn certain information about certain type of horses and things like that. We do have that and so forth. Even though that's just not for men and so forth, because a lot of women love horses as well and things like that. So we do have that. And for any animal lovers and so forth, we do have books on uh, animals, especially dogs, horses, and things like that. So we do have a few of those books as well. So let's get started on showing you and talking about the books that we do have pulled out and so forth for this book sale. And again, if you order your books now, they will go out on Monday and so forth, and you will have those books and so forth by Christmas to unwrap under that tree for your spouse and so forth, who it would be interested in some of these books here and so forth. So we're celebrating Christmas for the men, books for your gifts, book gifts for your spouses or boyfriend or whoever and things like that. So we're doing that. Okay, so as I was saying, since I already have this one pulled out and so forth, this is the book on the plane. It's called The Flying Legend, a photographic study of the great planes during World War II and so forth. So that's this book here. It tells you about all those planes and so forth and everything. And it also gives you the photograph, because this is a photographic book and so forth, illustrated book and so forth on all those planes and things like that, during World War II. And it's very interesting and so forth because some of those planes was really in poor shape and so forth and everything, but they did make it and all that stuff. So this is a very, very good book here, nice thick book and so forth that'll give you, that information and so forth. Okay. And you can check on our bookstore, https semicolon / pango PANGO books.com / bookstore / Eunice EUNICE 261-247. You can also go to my eBay store and get these books as well. It's www.ebay.com/str/Shawzae, SHAWZAE books and home decor. And here is our book on grill, how to grill, and it also give you recipes, shows you how to season meats, shows you how to do the whole grilling bit. And I do know a lot of men love to grill, and they also especially love to grill on the holidays and things like that. I remember when I was in North Carolina, and my son came over for the holidays and things like that. Look at that, how nice that is and so forth. That is so tasty looking. Um, you know, and they love to get out there and grill and things like that. So I definitely always still miss that and so forth. But yeah, that's what he did during the holidays and so forth. We grill out, especially on a day that's not really bad, not rainy, not too windy and things like that. You get out there and grill because you got more space, more entertainment space and so forth for a lot more people and so forth. And you just grill and eat and drink and just have a good time with family and friends and so forth. So yeah, this is how to grill, okay? For the serious griller, okay. Um, this is a great book, and I was glad that I picked it up. This is the baseball illustrated history of baseball and so forth. For those young people or for the men and so forth who are playing like for the Marlins, in Miami Marlins and things like that. For those young guys that are playing baseball now and so forth, Philadelphia. I mean, I think they got like a baseball team in every state, whatever, and so forth. But this is a good book for someone who's interested in baseball and someone who is already playing baseball, because this gives you the great history of baseball players that came before you. It also gives you pictures and all that information and stuff about baseball in our past history and so forth. And that's what this book is all about. Is give you the history of baseball players, and things like that, and so forth. And I thought this was a good book to pick up because, like I said, I'm in Florida and I'm not far from Miami, about maybe 30 minutes and so far. And so I do take a peek at baseball every now and then and so forth. And it, like I said, just gives you the history of baseball players from beginning to up until now, apparently, and so forth. So if you want that information and so forth, I think it's always good to have the history of a sports that you love and that you're playing in and so forth. So I thought that was interesting, so I picked that up. So this is a heavy, heavy book as well. This would be a nice gift for one of the baseball players, you know, and all that. And here is another one that I have. It's Coopertown. It's the Baseball Hall of Fame. You get to know from, again, past history, who made the Hall of Fame, when the Hall of Fame actually began, and so forth, and things like that. It gives you the numbers, pictures, and all that information and things like that. So it gives you a lot of history, again, on baseball and things like that. And I think, again, for players that are playing baseball today and so forth, really we want to know the history of the sports and so forth, because you know that baseball is the first sport in the U.S. and so forth. It was the first sport in the U.S. There was no such thing as basketball, football. It was just baseball, period. It was just baseball. And that's one of the reasons I picked this up and so forth. In baseball, they put baseball and apple pie together. It's just that American, you know what I mean? So yeah, I figured that I would get this book here. And this is a great book, like I said, a great gift and so far. And you know, still a lot of people are still collecting baseball cards. Baseball cards are, as you know, you can still get good money for old baseball cards. And for you to see, you know, why in the history of baseball and those cards and so far, put those two together, and that's a great thing. It is a great thing. Okay. So we talk about horses. This book here is a nice book, like I said, and this here, not just for men but for women as well. Cause a lot of women love horses as well, and we do have several books on horses and things like that. So, but this here is a nice big book, a nice gift for anyone who loves horses and so forth. And it has all these horses, the breed of different horses, the care, how to care for different horses and things like that. So this book is like, you know, all about the horses and all that. So I think I will pull this one out for that purpose and so far. Although we, you know, all these books are basically that I'm pulling out all gifts, for men, books for men and so forth. But yeah, this one here could be for anyone that love horses. And I do know a lot of women love horses as well. I'm going to take this out of the cover. This book is new, still in this cover, from the Discovery Channel. This book here is the fine art of the custom motorcycles and so forth. This is a great book. Shows you about the art of motorcycle, how they design the motorcycle, how the motorcycles are designed even today and so forth. Like I said, this is a book and it is new, and it just gives you all those photographs and things of motorcycles and things like that, and everything. So it is, look at that. A lot of photographs in here, great photographs of motorcycles and things like that. So this is a great book and so forth. This is definitely a beautiful gift to give someone for the holidays. And again, this is new, and this is the from the American Choppers. Right here, and got the seal right there and everything. So this is a great gift for someone. Very nice gift for someone and so forth. And it's new, well, for men and so forth. I do know that you do have women that ride motorcycles as well and love motorcycles. But this is a great gift for the man who loves motorcycle, who actually maybe even work on motorcycles and things like that, drive motorcycles and all that and so forth. I think this is just a great gift for that. So yeah, so these are the books that I'm showing you today and so far, you know, to help you to get that you know, Christmas gift thoughts and so far, for your husband or, you know, boyfriend or whatever who's into these you know, particular items and so forth, like horses, cars, grilling, and even interest in history, World War II, and things like that. So these are for, you know, these are great gifts for those people who are interested in those particular subjects and so forth. So I'm glad that you was able to join me today and so forth. I will get back into reading my book, One for the Money. So again, we're getting ready to go on that adventure. We're getting ready to go ahead and start looking for this here man who skipped out on his bond. And believe me, we're going to get him. All right. So until next time. Bye.